What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of SOCCER.COM Live. It is day 5 of the World Cup, and we had some interesting action going on today. Good result for Belgium, fantastic result for England, and Sweden, the first time without Zlatan Ibrahimovic, gave us a new look this morning as well. We will recap all the action that you saw on field, as well as walk through some of the more interesting stuff that may have stood out, some of the product that you may have seen as well, and plus, we're going to maybe give something awesome away. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the very end to find out what it is. This is SOCCER.COM Live. Hello everybody and welcome to the SOCCER.COM Live studio. I am Cole here with Adam and Martin again. Thank you guys so much for joining me for day 5. Yeah, Martin, congratulations. Yes, I see your England use and wear is finally come out victorious.
Well, I have to tell you that the last 2 shows I've worn jerseys predicting the winner.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm doing this.
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah.
you've decided.
Come on,
okay. I'm the only one with the power.
Man.
I'm sorry, Adam, but never mind.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, I was gonna say tomorrow will tell us who's actually in control of this predicting over here. If that might be the case, Martin, I might be making some bets based off of what you start wearing for the future.
Well, I may just wear England from now on, to be honest. We'll see.
There you go. I think you have enough of them for today. But we are going to take a look at some of the action that we saw throughout day 5 today, starting with the last game of the day, England versus Tunisia. 2-1 win. It almost looked like England was going to be England in that game. But they came back. Harry Kane, the savior of a country. What are your guys' initial thoughts just on the game in general?
There was so many, there was so much deja vu coming back from past tournaments, frustrations. Obviously, they started really brightly, should have scored 2 or 3 goals in the first half, and then obviously the penalty was a debatable decision.
A little soft,
but you see them given. And I will say though, I mean, Harry Kane was dragged. I mean, rugby tackled essentially a couple of times in the box, and the referee didn't see that. That was a bit disappointing. But I mean, I guess they kept plugging away, and Harry Kane was just in the right place at the right time to get both goals. Really, were just really good poachers' goals, which is what we've seen Kane do for the last 3 or 4 years now in the Premier League. Be there in the right spot, fox in the box. And, they got the win, which was really important because obviously with Belgium looking so good in the earlier game, England needed 3 points, I think, so that they could avoid having to get something from that last game against Belgium.
And I think it's interesting to note that this is a super young England team. I think the average age was 26 years old, somewhere around there. So when I was watching the game, I thought, will England be able to have the experience to get back in this game? And you saw some of the players who were a little bit less experienced actually dragging England back in. When Marcus Rashford came on, he was bright. Loftus-Cheek, although he wasn't incredible, started some attacks, got some chances going for them. And then you have Harry Kane, who is no wily veteran by any means. He's a young guy when you really consider it, but because of his success on the field, you don't really consider him like that. But I think some of the young leadership that we saw from England is important for the team going forward, and getting this result is important for the confidence of the team going into the rest of the group stage.
That's a good note that you had there on Harry Kane. I mean, it's not something you usually notice, but this is Harry Kane's first World Cup, isn't it? Yeah. And today was his first World Cup goal. So, I mean, you don't really think about Harry Kane in that sense because you've seen so much of him. You've seen him on almost every other stage in the world scoring goals. I mean, he had his first Champions League hat trick, last year in 2017?
Yeah, it's really hard to believe. I think I was looking up something the other day and saw, he was 24. And it feels like he's been around forever scoring goals in the Premier League for Spurs. And it's amazing what he's doing, really. And you just have to think if he has a successful tournament for England, the pressure will, it'll be interesting to see if a bigger club comes in for him. Not to, offend any Tottenham fans, but obviously there are clubs out there that need a top striker, and Harry Kane, you have to say, is up there now. He's up there as one of the elite strikers in the world.
Well, I mean, for the past few seasons in the Premier League, he's always been towards the top of the charts. Whether he's wanted it or not, he's always been up there competing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, he just showed today that, you're in the last minute of the game, you're 90 plus minutes, you're tied 1-1. Your nation's on your shoulders. I mean, granted, he's at point-blank range, but how many times did we see another player mess that up during this tournament, or even Raheem Sterling today from point-blank range? I mean, it's one of those that it can get in your head, but he calm, cool, and collected, placed it in, and brought home 3 points for England.
Yeah, let us know what you think about Harry Kane and England's performance today in the comments, and we will shout out the best ones.
So, Kyle Gums actually asked, what do we think of Raheem Sterling's performance today?
Sort of the opposite of Harry Kane's, maybe?
Yeah.
Dismal.
It was not the Raheem Sterling that we were used to seeing at Manchester City. Let's just put it that way. If I may voice my opinion on this, I think Raheem Sterling is become very accustomed to playing in a certain system under Pep Guardiola there at City. I mean, you have an incredible play creator in De Bruyne. You have incredible players off to either side of you as well. And I think you can take a player that doesn't have the same quality and you can put them into a team of Manchester City's quality and they will play up to that level.
I think that's a little bit harsh to Sterling just because, I mean, you saw him score 15 goals this season in the Premier League. You don't do that because you're a system player. I just think, especially with some of the stuff that's been coming out in the English tabloids, I think the pressure is there for him right now. I think Gareth Southgate's got to go back after this game, get with his coaching team, and really consider, is Raheem Sterling's head in it? Is Marcus Rashford maybe the better choice for that left wing? I think he's definitely got some decisions to make coming up for the next game.
Well, I will say the United fan in me wouldn't mind seeing Rashford in that starting lineup, but we do have more games to cover, so we are going to move on to Belgium versus Panama. That was a very interesting second half to watch. Really enjoyable. You saw Belgium, 3 goals on the day. Lukaku making his stamp on the tournament, entering the Golden Boot race, if you will. Pretty solid performance. Did we expect anything less from Belgium, though?
I did not. I thought Panama were really impressive in the first half. They kind of did what Tunisia did to England, frustrated them, hacked them a little bit, knocked them around. But I thought Belgium, Roberto Martinez really made some adjustments at halftime, got them playing well, got them into the right headspace, and you saw that spectacular goal from Dries Mertens. And I think as soon as you saw that go in, Warren Barton pointed it out on the broadcast. You saw Panama's body language. It was not great. You saw maybe the belief leave them. But then on the other hand, you saw Belgium start to play very confidently. You saw De Bruyne just turn on. He turned on. He was frustrated in the first half, but he turned on in the second half, got some great crosses in for Romelu Lukaku's first goal in Puma 1. And then obviously Lukaku had that second goal, which was just very, very well taken.
To be completely fair to Panama, when you have a wonder goal like that Dries Mertens goal scored on you, it's sometimes hard to get your head back in it. If they were able to do that today, do you think it still would have made a difference, or do you think Belgium just still would have come out firing on all cylinders?
Personally, I think defensively Belgium is too good. When you have players like Blas Perez and Gabi Torres who may be successful in MLS, and not to knock MLS, but Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Boyata, they play in high-level European leagues. I don't think Blas Perez really has the guile to take those players on and maybe get a shocking goal outside of a set piece.
Fair enough. And, of course, we can't forget the last but first game of the day, Sweden versus South Korea. Very first time we've seen Sweden in a World Cup without their big man, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Nitpicky game, took a penalty kick to separate the sides. Is it something that we should be used to, maybe get used to seeing from the rest of the group from either Sweden or South Korea?
I think Sweden are they're a pretty workmanlike team. They are going to be well organised and probably won't provide too many moments of, kind of otherworldly skill, which is obviously what Zlatan used to give them. But solid, and they have a chance to get out of that group potentially. Obviously with Mexico having laid down a marker, you would say Germany will come back, probably.
More than likely.
But, so Mexico and Germany probably favourites to get out of that group now at this point, despite that Sweden win today.
That, pretty much wrapped it up. I will say I do miss the big man on field, but
Me too.
But he misses himself being at a World Cup too, I would imagine.
I think you could see some magic coming out of Emil Forsberg, the new number 10. He's a good player, and I think maybe in the next few games he could really kind of drive that Sweden attack forward. So we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, we still got a lot of World Cup action to come, so it'll be really interesting to see how the final 2 games play out for all the groups. We are going to take just a quick break, and we'll be right back with you guys with one of my favorites in the goal tracker.
He saw an opening in the defence and achieved the hat-trick. It's one of the tournament's great goals. And this man is rampant now. He might have just won the cup for Germany.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my footwear wall, where we are keeping track of all the goals scored during the World Cup and what boots they are scored in. In first place, I believe at 13 goals, we have the Nike Mercurial Vapor 12. I mean, it's pretty far ahead. We'll just say that. In second place, we have the Adidas Predator at 4 goals. Good stuff. Still had that wonder goal from Nacho the other day. Incredible stuff. Sitting at 3 goals apiece, we have Nike Mercurial Superfly 6. Cristiano Ronaldo had his hat trick. We have 3 goals in the Puma 1 with Lukaku's 2 he added today. And then we have 3 in the Hypervenom, of course, Harry Kane adding to that total today as well. Still sitting at 2 goals is the X, and 1 goal apiece is the Magista and the Puma Future. Now, I do want to let you guys know, as we're coming back to the field, we did see some of their goal scoring amazingness, if you will, for the boots today on field. But one other thing that we did have on field is, which, ironically, we have on sale right now. It is up to 30% off. On top of that, you have a 20% off promo code called WCBall20. You go online, you can use that on top of the up to 30% off sale that we have going right now. I believe that puts the match ball right around $96, which I don't think you're going to find that any cheaper anywhere else right now. And not to mention, we do have customization on all of our match balls. So if you guys want to have any game from the group stages or thereafter put on the ball, you're more than welcome to. Makes a great collector's item gift.
Absolutely. Any England fans out there? Maybe I'll go ahead and immortalize this Harry Kane winning the ball. Who knows? Or maybe I'll wait until...
I think Harry Kane might need to call us and have that ball immortalized for himself after that type of game.
Perhaps I'll just wait until England inevitably wins the World Cup at this point.
There you go. Then you can just go back and get each game put on the ball.
Right. Because it's happening. Football's coming home.
Fingers crossed there for you, Martin. On top of that, we do have a World Cup accessories promo going on right now. It is a buy 2 get 1 free. The code is 1FREE. Your free item can be up to a $45 max. That's scarves, some little trinkets, keychains, mini World Cup trophies like we have here in front of us, Zabivka, the mascot, as well as Panini items.
Absolutely. Get your Panini stickers and albums up. Yeah.
I'm still trying to finish mine up. I know I still have a few to go. They're on sale right now on top of that on our website. So if you guys do decide to load up, you can go check out some of our Panini items with the buy 2 get 1 free. I mean, nice and easy way just to really get a ton of stickers to load up everything for you.
Yep.
But we do want to take a quick moment right now to take a look at some of the products that we saw on field today, including, the Hypervenom obviously made headlines with Harry Kane. I will point out before we really dive deep into tech here, we do offer the same customization that the Nike professional players at the World Cup have on their boots with the country flag on the heel. We have 12 countries, all available right now on SOCCER.com. You guys can go check all of those out with the Nike Just Do It pack. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, I like it. I mean, I know USA is not in the World Cup, but I personally wouldn't mind getting the USA flag on the back.
Yeah. If you weren't going to get the USA flag, what would you get, Cole?
I don't know. I gotta say, I like the low cut Hypervenom, so I might have to go for England. This is actually my size. This is actually my size, so I might just sneak this out after the show today, so no one. If you guys need it, don't come looking at my place.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what JDI pack customization you would get on the back of your cleats.
And let me know in the comments if you think I would succeed at sneaking these out of the office today. Anyway, but we are going to take a closer look. Adam and I both thoroughly enjoy the Hypervenom low cut. I know Martin has worn it quite a few times as well. Extremely comfortable boot. One of the things that I actually find really interesting that not a lot of people know is actually on the sole plate here from the midfoot forward, they actually designed this like the Nike Free running shoe and training shoe, just so you have that extra stability through that forefoot. I say stability, it's supposed to be more flexible here, but the stability really comes from that kind of hyper-reactive frame that it has in there. I don't know why, but I personally like sole plates. Sole plates are a big thing for me when it comes to football. I think the Hypervenom is one of the most aggressive. I mean, the upper plays a big part. It has to be comfortable, and I think the Hypervenom checks a lot of those boxes for me.
And regardless of what the stud pattern was on this sole plate, just look at that. Look at that sole plate. When I first saw this, I was like immediately in love. This and for me, the Tiempo of the JDI pack. Of those. Great looking sole plates. What I really love about this boot is that when my foot's in it, I don't even think about what's going on. I can just kind of lock in, and I have good lockdown with it, which is very important to me. You like sole plates, I like lockdown, but I still have space around my toes that, I don't know, I just personally like that. So if you have a foot like where you want a lot of lockdown, but you don't necessarily want your foot crammed in your shoe, this is a perfect boot for that.
And I will say one of the other things that, I mean, this is the lightest boot Nike has to offer right now.
Yep.
I mean, I know it is not technically a speed boot, it's more for agility, but it's 6.4 ounces. You can't beat that. And it's, I mean, other brands they're going into the lightweight stuff as well, and I mean, I think this is still sitting lighter than a lot of that. I do really like, I mean, this hasn't been worn at all. The upper is already soft. It already feels broken in. Very, very comfortable. I think they did a bang-on good job with the Hypervenom, and I really do like it. I might have to pick up a few more pairs in this low cut, especially with Harry Kane scoring goals like he did.
You could use your employee discount, Cole.
You never know. You never know. Might just give a call to Nike, see if I have any friends over there.
Don't.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I do want to give you guys another quick look. We do have a Gold Club promotion going on right now. For just $10, you guys get a lifetime of savings. That's 10% off nearly everything on our site, including these awesome Hypervenoms that Adam and I have been going on and on about.
Talking of discounts, right? I mean, 10% for life for just $10.
I've been a Gold Club member since before I started working here. Absolutely love the thing. I mean, I can't tell you how much money I've spent on, how much money I've saved. Effectively, it basically moves, if you were to do a $275 pair of Mercurial Superflies, you're, 10% off that, so you're going to be right around $250.
You're already saving.
There you go. Saving money. Moving on, though, we do want to take another look. We also have the Puma Future. Got on the score sheet today. Puma 1. Excuse me, Puma 1. Thank you, Adam. Puma 1 on the score sheet today from Romelu Lukaku, newly minted Puma player.
One of your favorites, I know, Cole?
I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of Lukaku.
Clearly he proved you wrong today.
I will admit he's a fantastic goal scorer. I don't always agree with how he plays, but I think he's going to be a great athlete for Puma to have in their arsenal.
Well, I thought it was interesting because I mentioned a couple days ago that when he signed with Puma that maybe he'd found a boot that fits his foot. And I think we saw with his playstyle today, he looked really lively and he looked very comfortable. And I think we haven't seen him look as agile as he has today, or as he has in the past, like he did today. So I think maybe this is a good switch for him. So if maybe out there, if you're not happy with maybe your Nike or Adidas boots, they don't fit your foot, I think this is a good... it's
definitely a good shout, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to maybe try something a little bit different like the Puma 1.
It's a super soft upper, and
yeah.
You know, you have to say, I mean, that was a very soft finish with his second goal.
Deft.
I mean, that was deft.
There you go. I will say he's been a very unique forward in the sense that usually your strikers are a little more particular on their footwear. They want something light. They want something thin. They really they want that striker's boot. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest, he's not really like that. I mean, he wore the Vapor for a little bit, so proper striker's boot, but then he went to the Pure Control, or not the Pure Control, excuse me, he went to the Predator 18+, which very different from the Mercurial in terms of fit and speed and lightweightness and everything. But then he ends up in Puma 1, and I think Adam, you hit the nail on the head. He's looking for that comfortable boot. He's looking for something that he's going to be able to go full 90 in and not have to worry about what he's wearing. And I think the Puma 1 is going to be just that for him. I am going to transition from Lukaku's footwear to actually his jersey because I thought these looked fantastic on field today. I'm going to hand that to you, actually. Let you hold that up. And then hold up actually the retro one that, I mean, I kind of wish I would have wore today.
The inspiration for the current shirt.
Oh, yeah. You guys can see that, can't you? I can see it. Definitely looks really good. I mean, Martin, what do you think?
Yeah, so the one that you're holding up, Cole, there is the Adidas Originals one, and that is based on the jersey from 1984 that Belgium wore. And then obviously kind of inspired then the current 2018 jersey here with that sort of kind of I guess Argyle pattern across the front. I mean, it just looks really, really good. I think and kind of Adidas just knocked it out the park with their World Cup jerseys this year.
I think especially with Belgium in the past few years, once Adidas got that contract, I haven't seen a bad shirt from them for Belgium. I think this is probably the best one out of the last 2 years we've seen. And I especially like that Argyle, but Adidas has been killing it.
I don't know, something about Argyle on a jersey it has a soft spot on my heart.
Me too.
I don't know, it gets to me.
Well, let us know as well which World Cup jersey is your favorite, whether it's Adidas, Nike, Puma. We've got some other examples on the wall behind us.
Araya, Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland's is another classic. Switzerland's we talked about yesterday with the mountain kind of pattern, the topography. Croatia's obviously always look good. I mean, there's so many good jerseys out there. Nigeria's, I mean, how can we forget them? So let us know in the comments which one is your favorite for a potential shout out.
I did actually have a question in the comments here. Let me see if I can find it again. Which one did we think looked better today, either Belgium or England? That was Frankie Garcia asking that question. I got to say, Frankie, I think Belgium might have looked...
Other than the first 2 minutes of England's game.
Fair enough, yeah.
Which they looked great.
Yes. I will say the performance today from their opponents, I think England's opponent may have stepped up to the table a little more so than Panama did for Belgium. But I do think Belgium probably put together a more complete performance today. But, I mean... It's whatever. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. We have a game where they face off
in the final game of the group. So that could well be kind of winner takes all for who's going to win that group.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, it should be a good matchup because obviously so many players on both teams play in the Premier League. We're used to watching them on weekends, and you know we'll see how that goes. I mean, you know, unless one of them slips up in their next game, it should be a really, really good showdown.
Yeah, I will definitely be looking forward to that in, about a week and a half, 2 weeks?
Yep.
Yeah,
it'll be here before we know it.
Yep.
We are going to continue with Soccer.com Live. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be right back with you in the studio here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Soccer.com Live. Cole here with Adam and Martin, and I believe it is time for some of the best of social of the day. What do you guys think? You want to go through
that?
Do
it. Let's do it.
All right, let's run through that. So first up on our list, we have this from one of Iceland's players, I believe.
Finn Bogason.
Again, I will not try. Pronunciations are not always my best subject. But you can see there 99.6% of all people in Iceland watching TV during the Argentina-Iceland game at the World Cup were watching the match.
Yeah, fair to say that nation, which is the smallest nation ever to compete population-wise in a World Cup, fair to say that they are somewhat captivated by the progress of their team.
Yes.
And and obviously he had the rather
cheeky
humorous response that the other 0.4% was on the pitch, which I'm not sure is quite accurate. I'm not sure
that
just the math adds up,
but
we'll let him get away with that. It's pretty funny.
Very well. Great tweet there. Next on here, we actually have something from Opta Joe. For England's match today, this was actually the first time England have scored in the 90-plus minutes. So post 90 minutes, it's the first time they've scored a 90th-plus minute winner for the first time ever in their World Cup matches. Pretty incredible statistics, seeing as England's kind of history in the World Cup.
It's a pretty English stat.
Yeah.
I think, Martin, I'm sorry, but I think England have a bit of a history of as they say, bottling it. And
Fair
so I'm not sure that...
I'd say that was the understatement of the show.
Yeah, sorry. That they have many late game moments, but I think with this new team, I think they could maybe turn it around a little bit.
Of course, and of course we have this next post here from Nike Football of their leading hypervillain man. I think this was very well done.
Classic Nike. They do such a good job with their ads. Kind of basically sums up Harry Kane's career. He's out on loan, obviously, a lot of the time against. When he was coming up at Spurs, and has just obviously established him now as a leader and potentially eventually a legend for England.
Yeah, you never know. I think he had a stellar game today, and I think it's going to just keep going for the World Cup. And of course, this last tweet we have here from Squawka Football today. England scored 2 goals for the first time in their game in their opening game since 1998, I believe. Don't know if that's a good stat or a bad stat, but thankful they scored 2 goals today to take 3 points.
Yeah.
So, a lot of necessarily first-time records being broken today, but just breaking droughts. We'll say that, breaking some droughts.
Sure.
We actually had a question on our live comment section going in here. Another one from Frankie Garcia. Oh, I had it here. Of all the games that we've seen played so far, what team do we think looked the strongest?
For me, I think, although they only got 1 point, I think Spain looked the strongest. I thought they played the best football. They played the way that Spanish teams play. They played combination, not necessarily tiki-taka football now, but it's a little bit more direct, but they were very patient. There were especially moments in their match where they totally dominated possession. And I think they are probably the team that I'm still the most worried about facing if I'm a World Cup team.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. I wanted to create controversy, but I just can't do it. I think that they looked really, really good. They have such a great squad, and yeah, I think that they will just continue building momentum as they go through.
I do want to apologize, though. It was actually Eric M. who asked the question, so I will take the L on that one. As
well, Frankie Garcia did ask another question, which we could answer, which was predictions on Colombia's game tomorrow. So Colombia, another big team that hasn't played yet. Final games of round 1 of the group stage tomorrow. So Colombia facing Japan. How do we feel like they're going to do?
I think Colombia definitely should win the game. Whether, as we talked about earlier in our show a couple days ago, I think Colombia may be a little bit temperamental, maybe could be one of the disappointing teams.
See, I want to say that about Japan.
Really?
I think they're going to be a little more temperamental than some might think. I mean, they have some quality players, especially through their midfield. But I see Colombia as more of a sure bet in that game than I do Japan. I think Japan are going to be the ones where you never know what team is going to show up. I think Colombia is going to take this tomorrow at least 3-1.
Wow.
It's confident.
Is your prediction?
You should be wearing a Colombia jersey to make that prediction, as you know, but never mind.
I was feeling a World Cup ball shirt today.
Oh, we'll let it slide.
Gotta give the Telstar some love. Anyway, now we have something to give away.
I think we do.
I think we do too. And you know what? Harry Kane had a great day today. So you know what? Let's give away Hypervenom. So if you guys want a chance to win a pair of Nike Hypervenoms, you guys get to choose between the low cut or the DF version. All you have to do is go to, I believe it's SOCCER.COM
/England.
Yep. /England.
So SOCCER.COM /England and put in the password captain. That's all you guys got to do. So make sure you remember that today. Captain is the password.
Yep, absolutely. Head over to SOCCER.COM /England. We'll put the link in the comments. We'll also drop the link in the YouTube description too. And sign up there for the chance to win a pair of Nike Hypervenom Phantoms.
Oh, well.
Talking of Nike Hypervenom Phantom.
Talking of Nike in general, look at these.
Well, these are Hurley board shorts, which we've been getting some comments that,
Oh, I like those.
I in particular, I'm looking a little pasty, which I think is quite unfair because I'm English and also the lights are pretty bright in here. So my plan is to hit the beach this weekend.
Oh, here you go.
In the England ones.
There we go.
I was going to say, I was going to give you the France ones.
I could pair them with this jersey.
Oh, the
but
stripes
it may look a little bit ridiculous. They do match up, so the stripes kind of match up to the style of the away jersey. So what do you think? Yeah.
Don't forget the sunscreen.
Okay. Good advice. Good advice. But we do actually have these on site right now. Just go to soccer.com, search Hurley. You'll find them. We don't have a lot of Hurley product, but we have these. We've got some for England. We've got some for France, which Adam has there. And then Cole has the Portugal ones as well.
There's also some USA ones, which obviously they're not in the World Cup, but they still look very good.
Right, so if you're planning a beach getaway at some point in the next few weeks, 4th of July, then, obviously you've got to have some World Cup themed board shorts.
Yeah, of course. I personally like the France ones, but anyway, I think
So I just want to give one last plug because we've got another giveaway that's been going on for a few days. You've got the prize over there, so Mexico fans, I imagine you are all still buzzing about the win over Germany on Sunday. This giveaway ends tonight, so you need to get on it if you want to win a signed Mexico away jersey there, signed by several players from the team. All you need to do is go to soccer.com/Mexico. There's a sign-up form there, and you can enter to win what really would be a fantastic memento from this World Cup. I mean,
especially
a
after
historic
the
win
Germany,
yesterday, and signed jersey is always an amazing thing to have on your wall.
That's all right. Thank you for, I completely forgot to plug that. Thank you for doing that, Martin. I do believe that is everything that we have for today. Martin, Adam, thank you guys very much for joining me. We're looking forward to day 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way through 32.
We'll be here.
It's going to be a fun World Cup. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Make sure you guys don't miss any of the action tomorrow, and be sure to interact with us on social and in the comments section tomorrow during Soccer.com Live. I know we'll all be back. Looking forward to seeing you guys then. We'll see you tomorrow.